Hi, my name is Reggie Powell, and on behalf of the crew at Marriage Reconciliation Playbook, I'd like to welcome you once again to another Love Fest, where we celebrate who the two of you are, who the two of you are, what the two of you are trying to do. You guys are loving on each other, trying to create, to cultivate a loving, successful marriage, and we so celebrate that in you. We understand. As a matter of fact, we are looking for you guys to represent us. We're looking for your marriage to represent us in our successful, loving marriage revolution. So we are so in love with what you guys are trying to do with your marriage. We love it. We support it. We're here to give you tips. We're here to be your marriage university, if you will, because as we spoke on, when you get married, you don't learn how to love up until the time you get married. You're trained to love yourself. You get married, now yourself is not the most important thing to love. And there's no training on how to do that. So we're here to support you, to cultivate what you guys are trying to do, provide the marriage university, if you will, cover as many topics as we can to help you guys and provide the best training for you. And on that note, if you have a topic that you want covered and we haven't covered it, please drop it in the comments so we can look at it and make sure that we cover it so we can support you. And on that note, if you can please subscribe, click subscribe on that little subscribe button that you see there. That's the only way that we are allowed to continue to exist and provide needed marriage relationship help. And lastly, if you do nothing else with us, if you learn nothing else from us, please head over to marriagereconciliationplaybook.com and sign up for our daily successful marriage tips so the two of you have no reason not to treat each other loving. So having said all that, like I said, we've been trying to learn about love. We've been covering the concept of what is love, because love is a completely different thing when you get married than it was when you were single. You cannot love yourself anymore like you loved yourself when you were single. You now have to share your love. And it's a paradigm shift. It's a whole deal that we really need to have some type of schooling, some type of education and training for, especially for such a profound concept, a profound institution as marriage. It's really crazy that we get married and we don't know how to do it at all. We have no training, no school at all. It's really, really crazy when you think about it, when you think about how important marriage is. But anyway, we'll move on, and we are covering the concept of love and the attributes of love and going over to make sure that you guys are loving each other well. We've covered already love being patient. We've covered love being kind. And now we are up to love not envying. Envying. Love, if you are an envious person and you are loving your spouse and you are in a marriage, I guarantee you are not, your marriage is not as wonderful as it could be, because love does not envy. True love does not envy. If you're in love with your spouse, whatever your spouse brings to the table is a plus. Whatever your spouse brings to the marriage that you do not bring is a plus. The two of you are together. The two of you are one. So that's when you talk about the concept of envy in a marriage, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, because the two of you are one. And if you are envying anything about your spouse, it's like you're envying yourself. So this is one of the reasons that there is no room in your marriage for envy. Why envy why envy anything that your spouse has when whatever your spouse has is doing nothing but making your marriage better? No, celebrate. Celebrate everything that your spouse is that you are not. Everything that your spouse is that you are not is a plus for your marriage. Just makes your marriage that much more wonderful. And that's just the beginning of envy. There's many more examples that we can think of where envy comes into play in our marriage. But let's suffice it to say that envy has no place in your marriage. We're adults here. We know what envy is. If you are envious in your marriage, you are wrong. You are a detriment to your marriage. And I'm saying this as lovingly as I can. I'm saying this as we, at the same time here at Marriage Reconciliation Playbook, massage your marriage, massage the shoulders of your marriage, because we love your marriage. We love what you guys are doing. So please take this as a learning experience, and please don't let it offend you in any way. That's about it for today. We will continue to cover this subject the next time we meet again. Until then, we love your marriage so much. We love what the two of you guys are trying to do. We are your number one fans. You guys keep up the good work, and we look forward to seeing you next time.